And more news now about the Portuguese President Marcelo de Sousa's visit in India. India and Portugal have pledged to further strengthen bilateral ties as the two countries signed 14 agreements to boost cooperation in a range of areas after Prime Minister Modi and the Portuguese President held extensive talks in New Delhi yesterday. Investment, transport, ports, culture, industrial and intellectual property rights are some of the areas of cooperation. Prominent among the documents exchanged were one MOU for cooperation in development of National Maritime Complex at Lothal in Gujarat, MOU for cooperation in field of industrial and intellectual property rights, agreement on audio-visual cooperation between India and Portugal, other MOUs signed were an agreement on audio-visual co-production between India and Portugal, MOU between Portuguese Diplomatic Institute and Foreign Service Institute for training, cooperation agreement on maritime transport and port development, a joint declaration on India and Portugal mobility partnership, MOU between Invest India and Startup Portugal. And Portugal is an important country for India in southern Europe. Bilateral ties have witnessed a steady progress in the last 15 years. Later, President Ramnath Kovind met his Portuguese counterpart, who is on a 4-day visit here. President Kovind also hosted a banquet in his honor.
Our bilateral economic ties are on the rise. In our discussions today, President Marcelo and I were happy to note that our bilateral trade has crossed $1 billion. Two-way investments are also rising. We agreed to harness the full potential of bilateral engagement in sectors like infrastructure, blue economy, renewable energy, water and waste management, IT, tourism and hospitality.
The fact of knowing that there is a support, and also the Portuguese support, for your belonging as permanent member of the Security Council of the United Nations. Because it's a kind of recognition of your role in the world. It's not just a problem of population, not even of economic growth, not even of social power, not only of being the largest democracy in the world, but the fact that you are a key country for the balance of power in the world.